2011, my family rented a new house, and the rent was in the middle of a teak garden. Behind the rent was a big river, and across from it was a public cemetery. At the beginning of renting, I was very happy because I had my own room, because the rent had 2 bedrooms, and the kitchen had a sink, which other rent in a village has a kitchen sink. While renting, my sister often cried when Maghrib approached and was sickly. Anyway, he is very fussy when he is at home. Anyway, before Maghrib, Umi likes to take my sister to my grandmother's house. Then when she sleeps, she will bring her home. After 1 month, my family decided to move rent again on the grounds that the father did not feel at home there. And after moving, Umi finally dared to tell me when we were already in a new contract that while there, she didn't feel at home. Moreover, one night, Umi woke up, and how shocked in front of the door of the room, there was a pokong again. Liatin Umi sleeping. 7 years passed. The rent was still there. My husband and I decided to live in the rent again, which was initially afraid because of the previous incident. My husband assured me that the incident would not happen to us again, and finally I agreed to live there again. On the 7th day of marriage, I paid the rent in full so that later, after the contract, I could go straight home there. H5, I cleaned the rent alone, as I used to work and come home in the afternoon. I could only clean the rent at 4 or 5 p.m. Towards Maghrib, I decided to pray Maghrib at the rented house, and unfortunately that day the lights went out. Finally, I opened the door wide so that it wouldn't be too dark, and if anything happened, I could immediately run without bothering to open the lock first. When I prayed, I used to leave the cell phone flashlight on, so that it wouldn't be so dark inside. During the initial Attahiyat, I don't know why in the room, which used to be Umi's room, someone was sitting on the mattress facing me. Because I was not too sure, I continued to pray with a sense of anxiety. This is the devil. When the final Attahiyat finally, I was sure it was Pokong again, sitting on the mattress again watching me pray. I immediately ran to get all the things I was carrying, still wearing a mukena, and I immediately locked the door of the rented house from the outside. I ran alone in the middle of the teak garden. Actually, it's not too big, but still the atmosphere is dark and scary. I went straight home to my grandmother's house. Fortunately, her house was not too far from the rented house. But as long as my husband stayed there, there was never any disturbance. Alhamdulillah.